Hi everyone, welcome to Philosophical Exploration, where we explore all aspects of the life experience. My name is Oleg Vydra, and today let's talk about philosophy itself. What is philosophy? I'll talk a little bit about what is philosophy to me, and then we can just in general talk about, well, the philosophical exploration of the human mind. Really, when you think about philosophy, is a way of thinking, it's a way of perceiving, it's a way of deciphering as you look at things that are happening in your life. Depending on how you filter it through your knowledge and experience, through your philosophy, that's going to create your reality, right? And that's going to shift your consciousness, the way you think. And so we create our own philosophy. A lot of times we're first instilled a certain kind of belief or religion, a certain kind of system. But as we go through life, as we start to understand more and more about this life experience, we start to create, whether you realize it or not, our own philosophical exploration of the human mind, our own philosophy towards understanding what is happening in this life experience that we're going through. And so life is a way of thinking. Philosophy is a way of thinking, and it's an exploration as compared to, let's say, a religious structure where you might have a system in place where this is what you think, this is the story, this is what happened so many years ago. If this happens, this is what you're supposed to believe, this is what was written in the book, this is what it is, this is what you say, this is what you repeat, this is what you believe, right? Whereas an exploration, a philosophical exploration, is keeping your mind open, keeping it flexible, allowing yourself to become in tune with the infinite, right? In tune with that same source energy, knowledge and information that comes to all of us, because everything is an energy, everything is a frequency in this world. And as we become connected to life itself, to source energy, to the universe, to existence, to just the experience of being alive, we are like antennas, right? We start to receive information. As we receive information and we learn and we evolve and we expand in our minds, and as new information comes our way, our thinking expands. And so philosophy is this evolving process of how we look at life, but it's very important because the philosophy, the way we look at things, the way we process things, right? The way our supercomputer, our mind, which has the philosophy of the way we perceive things, the way it interprets things that are happening, it creates your reality, which then creates your mood, which creates you as a person in a sense, right? The way you communicate with people, the way you take action, your nervous system, when things happen, depending on your philosophical understanding about the way things happen in this world and your place in this world, that depends on your action and reaction. Some people just blow up on everything, right? Some people cry, some people get angry, some people have a hard time dealing with the things that are happening around them. That all depends on the foundation of knowledge and experience that you have towards this life experience, because things are going to be happening all the time. Things are going to be happening as events in your family, with your friends, with your school, with money, around the world, politics, everything, natural disasters, beautiful things, beautiful events, this wave of life experiences. And depending on how you process things, depending on your philosophy, depending on your filter, it's so important. It really paints your reality. And so many people are going through, we're in the same existential reality, right? That we're human beings at the same time on this planet after so many events have happened. And there's the sun, the moon, the stars, the clouds, the rain, the ocean, the existential things, the things that really are. And the things that we perceive that are happening, right? With our fears, with when we see things and what we think about them. And again, what we think about them, a lot of it has to do with what our philosophy about life is. Now, somebody might, be able to chop that up and say, no, everything is different. I totally get what you're saying. So try to understand, it's not just the word I'm using, philosophy. It's my way of kind of like something that I've connected with. But I'm trying to talk about the vast overall experience that we're all trying to figure out, which is this experience called life, and our way of thinking and perceiving and filtering and bringing some sense to everything that we're going through and everything that we're seeing that's happening around us, and what others say, and how do we filter and how do we take it, all of this emotional process. So I put it all into the philosophical exploration of the human mind. And to me, everything is just a philosophical exploration. I like to contemplate. I like to meditate. I like to think about things, right? I like to ponder. I like to see things from different points of view. And I like to keep developing my philosophy. I like when others share with me their inner understanding and their philosophy that they've developed over life. I love it when people, are a light onto my understanding, where they add information to me, and I love it when I can be a light onto others, and when I can expand other people's thinking, and where maybe they're looking at things in life and they're not certain, and they're maybe not looking at it, and they're just down for whatever reason in their thought process. And what do I love to do? I love to say, let's look at it from a different point of view and inspire that person, right? To really live life and see things in a different way, and all of a sudden be happy, right, about what they're going through. And nothing really changes, right? As far as existentially in their life, it's the same thing that's going on. It's the same things that are happening. But if we change the way we look at things, right, then things that we're looking at change. You guys know this very well. And so we can easily appreciate what we have, begin to understand what we have in a grander, bigger scale point of view. And there's just so much depth, and there's so much greatness to life. Life is really just so amazing if we fine-tune our signal, our frequency, our mind, our philosophy in this direction. The world, this life experience becomes amazing. It's teaching us every day. It's amazing how everything functions. Just look around you, right? How perfect everything was created for us, right? How everything from the gravity and the water and the oceans and the trees and the ecosystem and the planets and the sun and the moon affects the tide, and the sun gives us energy, it helps everything grow. Without water, we can't have anything. And how billions of years ago, the algae started to create oxygen, which allowed it, just all this perfection that's been happening for billions of years, right? So it's amazing. And if we're looking at things, no day should go without a total, complete amazement of technology that we've developed, right? Because the pieces were here the whole time, right? The elements were here the whole time. It's just taken us hundreds of thousands and millions and billions of years to evolve to get to this place. But all of this has been thought through somehow, through source energy, through existence, through universe, through this infinite field of possibilities. And it's amazing. So I try to live in awe every single day. Every time I get on a plane and I fly somewhere and I look at the clouds beneath us, and as we travel, every time I look at an ocean, every time I look at the perfect functioning of the universe, I'm in awe, and I love it, and I feel we're all blessed. And that's how I fine-tune my philosophy and my way of looking at things, right? We live in a world right now where there's a lot of chaotic things going on, right? And there are some chaotic things going on. Sometimes there's chaos from weather, the way it's behaving. And right now we have a lot of chaos from just human civilization, the way we've created our systems, the way we're looking at things. Our politics are chaotic. Right now we're during the COVID-19 era when I'm recording this video, and it depends who you talk to, and it depends what channel you watch and what broadcast and what frequency you tune into. It seems like everything's just a chaos, but it's not. If you expand, if you go a little bit beyond, I'm sitting here right now during all these crazy times, and the sun keeps rising, there's perfect order. There's beautiful fresh air to breathe in. Everything is working perfectly for us to continue to be able to function on this planet. There's the ocean out there in front of me. Gravity is working perfectly. We have food. Everything is functioning just right on the big scale. There's not total chaos, but there's chaos a little bit in the way we're thinking about things, the way we're handling things right now, the way we're perceiving things, the way we're communicating with each other seems chaotic, right? Through the broadcast and the news and the governments and politics, it makes it seem much more chaotic than it really is. Are there things to deal with in life? There always have and always will be. Things that we are dealing with in life. Some are more intense, some are less intense, right? If life was always just sitting on the beach with our feet up drinking, a Mai Tai or a Corona or coconut or water or whatever your drink may be, but it's part of life. Part of life, nature of life is this wave of us riding, and sometimes we fall and we spin a little bit in the water and we get back on our board. And life was meant to be, maybe it's the contrast, I don't know why, but maybe it's the contrast of some of the challenges of the life experience so we can appreciate everything else, and it's this balance of everything. But to me, as I sit here, even though in the outside world, if I were to turn on some frequency right now, it may seem like the whole world is chaotically going crazy. In reality, in existentiality, if I could say that word, right? Things are growing, water is, gravity exists, the sun rises, the universe is functioning just fine. The universe is not chaotic. It's going through its little waves, and that's what this is just a wave. And that's the philosophy I've developed for myself, and that's the kind of philosophy I'd like to share with others. And if you are there also using that, great. Love to connect with you. Let's make it even stronger. Let's share our knowledge and information with as many people as possible so we can alleviate and let them enjoy their frequency of life as well. And if you're just coming into it and you're trying to find some order, let us be a reminder to you, right? That things are not as chaotic as they seem. There's actually some awesome, complete order, and there's awe and inspiration in life, and there's just an infinite source of possibilities and things that we've created and that we can continue to create. And life is just an amazing process, and that's what I feel. Do I ever fall off a little bit on my energy and frequency? Do I ever come off a little bit in my philosophy? Do I ever get a little tired, right? And then things are off a little bit? Of course. I'm human, you're human, we're all human. I don't believe anybody that says they don't have waves in their life experience. But there are people who have fine-tuned themselves, their knowledge, their experience, their philosophy, their way of perception, their way of looking at things, and they consistently can see things in a more inspirational way, in a more positive way. They consistently smile more. They consistently radiate energy of life, energy of belief, energy of existence, energy of hope, right? You can feel a person's energy and frequency, whether they speak to you, whether I'm speaking to you through video, whether you meet me or others in person. I sometimes meet people in person, or I listen to them in videos, and I'm just like, oh man, person, you know, their energy, that just gets me, their words, their energy, their frequency. I love it. I love people like that. And they inspired me to be that person, to bring that out from within myself and to share it with others. That's why I'm sitting here and recording, is because many people have inspired me and given me the strength, I guess you can say, or the vision or the clarity to do the same thing. And in our yoga studio, for example, sometimes I have this conversation and I help a person come through a clear experience. Just one person I take the time to speak with, and then afterwards they're like, hey, thanks so much. You brought so much clarity. I see things differently. I felt like I moved through something. Thanks for taking the 10 minutes to talk to me. And I love that. And I'm willing to sit down and speak to just a person one-on-one and help them out. So if this video touches one person, or I would say my videos, this channel, one person, 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, whatever will be the purpose of this channel, it will be. But if I touch one person at a time, I am blessed and I'm grateful, right, for the ability to do that. That is my way of sharing and giving and also receiving. As I do this, I get energized myself. So see what qualities you have in yourself that you can share with the world. You have a spirit. You have a positive spirit. You have a strong, happy, inspirational, passionate person within every single one of us. We were born that way. It's natural to be that way. It's all the things in this world that sometimes have come down on us. Sometimes the thinking that's been instilled upon us and the layers that need to be peeled away in order to bring us back to a completely inspirational life way of thinking. I mean, people have resources. We as a collectively as a people individually have resources, money, so much. We just have already so much, but people feel alone. People feel lack of love. People feel lack of happiness. Why? And the thing is, a lot of these people that are feeling that way, they're not really even deeply trying to figure out why. And so philosophy, our way of understanding, our way of perceiving, our way of thinking of what is our reality, right? Vishen Lakhiani with Mind Valley, he likes to use the word bending reality. And I believe with the right philosophy, and as we go forward, as we change the way we look at things, as we change the way we perceive things, we bend reality, because reality may seem to you one way. As we advance this way, as we start to look at things differently, think differently, expand our philosophy, things start to change. And where is it really changing? The outside world isn't really changing that fast. It's your mental perception and your philosophy that's changing, and everything starts to change. That means you're bending reality, because one day you're thinking of things in one, and you think, well, that's just reality, you know, that's just realistic. And then all of a sudden you expand your mind, you expand your philosophy, and you start to bend that reality, right? And you start to create your life experience, right? Life becomes extraordinary by your design. You become the architect of your life experience, right? You are your own guru and master. I repeat this almost in every video. Yes, people inspire us. Less people share information. Some people use the word, we see them as masters, as gurus, as teachers, as inspirational speakers. Great, wonderful. They are out there serving an amazing purpose. They've served an amazing purpose for me. I am so grateful for all of them for sharing and continuing to share their energy and frequency. And out of that inspiration and that clarity and the time I've taken to develop and to create this philosophy and create this clarity and perception, I want to share that with you, and I want to be a reminder, because that's all that it is. I believe that everybody has the ability to tune in into that infinite guidance, into that infinite information. So when we speak, when any of us speak to each other, we are ultimately there. It's not like this is my knowledge and my information that I have developed and I will share it with you and I will tell you about it. I have become clear of it. I've been reminded myself of it. I have come into that tuning into, and I want to share and remind to you as well, because when you come to that realization, it's simply you remembering, right, the greater purpose of why you came on this planet and why you wanted to be on this planet and why you wanted to go through all the amazing waves, all the ups and downs and all the different experiences on this planet. Smelling things, eating things, taking a shower, feeling water, taking a deep breath, feeling love, feeling friendship. There's different kinds of love, right? Feeling what it is, just literally feeling through your body, through all your senses, through your emotions, through your heart. Your heart is one of the most amazing electromagnetic fields that can feel. And we are all governed by energy and frequency. And when you tap into all of it, right? Every person you come in contact and everybody who comes in contact with you, there's an energy field. We all have that energy field, and we feel other people's energy fields, and sometimes their energy field pushes us away. We just feel like, I don't want to be next. Sometimes we just see a person, we just want to get as close as possible and be like, tell me more, and share your energy, and how is it that you feel this way, and wow, I want to talk to you, and it's great because energy exists. It's invisible. Love exists. It's invisible. Happiness exists. In a sense, it's invisible. So learning how to work with all this, I believe, is part of developing your philosophy, and it's part of the philosophical exploration of the human mind, as I call it. And it goes deeper into my greatest question that I like to ponder every single day. What is enlightenment, right? And how do you get to that state where you are not suffering anymore, where you are at peace with life, with yourself, with experience, with other people, with existence? How do you become at peace? How do you become naturally just stable and happy? Do I go through waves? Of course I do. And that's why I've been with this question, right? Do I ever go through, or have I ever gone through mental suffering? I go through less mental suffering now than before, of course. And when I do, the key is that conscious observation. When you start to already think this way, and you're in tune with this way of thinking and being, what happens is when you're starting to be a little bit off, when you're feeling, whether it's a sort of sense of anxiety or suffering or whatever it might be, there's that person that's kind of experiencing, and then there's that pure consciousness within you, so you're able to take a step away as pure consciousness and observe yourself, your own body, your own mind, your own feelings, emotions. You can catch yourself right away and be like, interesting, I'm going into an interesting place, I'm feeling some interesting things. Let's observe this. Why am I feeling a little bit annoyed right now? Or why am I feeling a sense of suffering right now? Or why am I feeling a sense of anxiety? That pure consciousness is that perfection, because that pure consciousness is in tune with the infinite. And infinite creation is perfect in a sense. Everything is perfect. It's our mind and our perception of things that gets, blurred. And that's why that pure consciousness has to step away, and you start to work through these things. And not enough people do the work process, right? A lot of people are just acting and reacting in life, and there's a lot of programming, whether it be through social media, whether it be through religions, whether it be through parents, whether it be through corporations, institutions, education, especially all the people who want you to buy their product, and that life will not be good until you have that product. The products are great. I enjoy using all the products. I love using this product right now, recording this video, and the technology they created, YouTube, so you can launch these. So I have no problems. I'm not one of those people to talk negatively in any way about everything that's been created. I want to use everything in a positive sense of the word, and I want to keep fine-tuning, keep learning for myself, and I want to share with as many people as I can. I want to energize as many people as I can. I want to inspire as many people as I can. I want to lift as many spirits up as I can, and for the same as others have done. So I'm not the only one. I love it. I want to add to that frequency because there's so many others that are also taking the time to do this now, and God bless you if you're one of those people. And every single human being can do this to others. If you tap into this knowledge and experience and this, if you become in tune with the infinite, if you feel the blessing of life, if you feel that energy, if you feel that frequency, it's natural when you come in contact with other people, you want to, right? You want to bring clarity into their life. You want to inspire them. You want to bring the happiness out of them. You want to explain the best way you can. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But you don't not do it because it didn't work for somebody. You do it because that's who you are and you want to do it. And some people are ready to hear the message, some people are not, or some people, your message might resonate to somebody days later. You just never know. You never know. All right. And guys, thank you very much. I am always honored to sit here and to kind of tune in, right? Sometimes my wife, Victoria, she says, you know, you've been wanting to record a video, because I've literally been leading up to coming in and like recording this topic for a few days. And she says, why don't you go record a video? I'm like, I don't know. I can't really, not feeling it yet. I tried one time. I sat down, it was by the ocean. It was too loud. And then everything was just kind of off. And so I can only do this also when I really feel I'm connected and I'm inspired, and I kind of found the spot, and I'm going to go for it, because it has to be this natural flow. I'm not reading off of anything. I'm not using anything to create this. It's like I'm tuned in. I feel good, and I want to share it and pass it on to everybody else, which is what everybody else can do as well. And the more of us that do this, the more incredible this existence is going to be for all of us. So that's the whole idea. And so I'm excited to just be doing my part, to be adding what I can to this exploration, to this philosophy. So that's what philosophy is for me. I wanted to touch a little bit on that subject, and why, you know, I use words like, or why on my site, you know, it says philosophical exploration. That's what it is to me, but it's not just about those two words, right? Because the picture of what I'm trying to talk about is much greater, right? Because the word is not the thing. It's not just, so somebody might just interpret those two words and what they mean to them. It's something that inspired me. Those two words inspired me to explain what I'm trying to do. But the picture of what I'm talking about is everything. It's about this existence. It's about life. It's about figuring it out, right? And God bless you if you're also out there trying to figure it out, because too many people I talk with really aren't even in question with it, right? They're not even trying to go into the deep questions about life and existence and purpose and meaning. It's kind of like, I work, I do this is reality, I gotta pay the bills, but there's a new movie coming out, I can't wait to get the new phone. All those things are fine as well, but where are the deep questions, the deep inquiry about this life experience? And for me, having this deep inquiry gives me this purpose, gives me this philosophical exploration, and it gives me purpose every single day in observing everything and living, in contemplating, meditating, speaking, writing. Love writing. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment, send a shout out, send a message, sign up to the channel if you feel inspired. I love you guys always, sending you lots of love. I wish you guys an amazing journey, because we're all in it together, right? We're all in this journey of life, trying to figure things out. And we go through these waves, all of us, and some of us start to get into a higher and higher frequency, higher and higher elevation, right? There is such a thing as raising our consciousness, right? We raise our consciousness, our higher understanding. We start to live towards a higher purpose of life, of meaning, of purpose. And wow, what a great experience to live that way. So I wish the same, guys, for you. And everyone's, of course, going to have a unique experience, because nobody can go, see, I'm the center of my universe, and I go through my feelings, and nobody can be closer to me than me. Even though everybody gives me so much insight and so much information, at the end of the day, I am truly my own guru and master. And at the end of the day, you are truly your own guru and master. You are in charge. You must take responsibility to create your life, to create your philosophy, to have your understanding, to set yourself free, to set your mind free. and to live this unbounded life experience. Let life be a celebration of life. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Blessings. Take care. Till next time.